In this dream, Sharon finds herself facing a croc in water. And I love the pun that it is. What can it be about? Let's have a look. She calls it strange jungle. So we know just from that, from the jungle, part of the dream is going to be about elimination system, but that's not all. And that's great though, because Sharon does have elimination system issues. She's very aware of them, but she hasn't figured out what the cause of them is. So let's have a look at the dream and then we'll go back and interpret it. It started off as a vacation to the jungle. Gianni and I were there together and several things happened before this, but it's fuzzy now. Anyhow, we walk into a pet shop and Johnny turns into a yellow and orange bird and flies at me. My visuals turn to black as he flies into me and then comes back out as a black and white fish. I wake up but fall back to sleep pretty easily. Then I'm back in the jungle, but it's extra rainy and water is starting to become rivers where there usually aren't any. It's so muddy and murky though. I'm in a boat with a group of people and we are navigating our way through a little village. It's cute. There's this one corner we have been to eat at many times. We start to get out of the boat. Well, I do, and then the boat leaves. But now they're all walking in the water across the street, and it's only ankle deep. Out of the corner of my eye, I see a croc swimming towards the shop I'm standing at. I'm not in the water, and I'm under shade. The shopkeeper steps out, and in the loudest Louisianan twang, says something about the croc being his buddy. Bon cher, my boy. I'm not sure what the name actually was, but I heard this with my actual ears. The girl at the end of the group has red hair and is in a purple t-shirt and light colored shorts. Must have heard him too, because she's the only one that turned her head around. She motions for me to join them, and as I'm about to step into the water, my uncle's voice booms. That croc is a decoy, and the real one is waiting for you under the water here. He'll snap your leg right off. It's deeper than you think. I hesitate and start debating with myself. 1, why is my uncle here? And 2, why am I actually hearing these voices tonight? And 3, why am I so afraid of this gift? Get out of here, uncle, I say, and I go to step in the water. So that's the dream. Let's go back and analyze it from the top. So here we go. On vacation in the jungle, so that's going to be about your life and about needing to relax. She says Johnny, who's her son, and I were there together and several things happened, but it's fuzzy, so we can't get into that. Says anyhow, we walk into a pet shop and Johnny turns into a yellow and orange bird and flies at me. So yellow and orange are colors for the digestive and elimination system. If you have my book, you can look at that, or you've downloaded my dictionary from our website, dream-analysis.com. The dictionary is free. You can look that up and you'll see both those colors are healing colors for the elimination system. So that's great because that's what she wants. The fish, we'll take that one first. Fish live in the water. Water represents the spirit world, so represent your spiritual nature. And then birds represent your ability to achieve a goal. So it's going to be about achieving a spiritual goal. That's what the bird and the fish both are going to represent. And because of the elimination system issue or digestive system issue, we know that working on that is going to help with the achievement of these goals. The black and white color of the fish, that's also, I say in my book, if you see black and white, always look for elimination system issues for that dreamer. And sure enough, Sharon's well aware of them. But again, like I said, doesn't know where they come from. She wakes up, then goes back into another dream. She's back in the jungle, but it's extra rainy and water is starting to become rivers where there usually aren't any. So this is like life's going to change and I'm going to see spiritual paths that I hadn't seen before, because that's what a river would be about. A river is about your own unique spiritual journey. And rain in dreams is about life. So it's good for it to rain. But she says it's muddy and murky though. So that part isn't good. That's elimination system. So it's connecting again, spiritual side with elimination system. So work there and you're going to fix this problem. I'm in a boat with a group of people. So we know she's a spiritual leader because of the group that she's with. And we're navigating our way through a little village. It's cute. Then there's this one corner we have been to eat at many times. So the eating again is going to connect it back to digestive system. We start to get out of the boat. Well, I do. And then the boat leaves, but now they're all walking in the water across the street and it's only ankle deep. So This is what she needs to do. She needs to cross the street. She needs to change career, get into the spiritual field, and she needs to deepen her spiritual understanding. And that's what the ankle deep is about. Whenever we see that in a dream, it's always about, you can go deeper. She says, out of the corner of my eye, I see a croc swimming towards the shop I'm standing at. I'm not in the water and I'm under a shade. We'll get this in a second. I'll come back to the croc. The shopkeeper steps out and in the loudest twang says something about the croc being his buddy. Bon cher, my boy. So the shopkeeper, of course, is a guide and he's not afraid. He's not afraid of the crocodile. Or again, she calls it a croc. It's important to use the word croc. And it says this is his buddy, Bon cher. So we know that there's something about the heart here because Sharon comes up in the name. And we see women in the boat and so on. We're going to see another woman again. She says, but I hear this with my actual ears. So we know she's clairaudient because she keeps saying this. I'm hearing things with my ears. Clairaudient is where you hear your guides. For a lot of people, if it feels like they're hearing them in the room, which is really cool. Just like you would hear somebody else talk, you hear them talk. But even if it starts that way, it often switches to where it's an inner voice, your own inner voice. And you have to learn how to tell when it's your guides talking versus you talking. But that's the gift she has. The girl at the end of the group has red hair and is in a purple t-shirt and light coloured shorts. And she must have heard him too because she's the only one that turned her head around. So we know she's a guide because she has red hair. Red and blonde hair in dreams are often the colour that guides show up wearing. She also is wearing a purple t-shirt and she says the end of the group. So we know it's spiritual leadership because the group and the colour purple. Purple is the colour of the crown chakra. But she's wearing a t-shirt. So this means that the dreamer knows she's a spiritual leader, but she doesn't use it. She holds herself back. And the dream is asking her to make a choice to be the spiritual leader. How do we know it's that? Because this girl who's wearing the purple t-shirt, her guide, another guide in the dream, motions for me to join them. But as I'm about to step into the water, my uncle's voice booms, that croc is a decoy. And a real one is waiting for you under the water. So this is what it is. It's about the spirit world or spiritual field being a croc of fill in the blank. That's what the croc represents in this dream. And I think it's really cool. And that's what she has to overcome. And when I asked her, why has she not made the choice to step into using her spiritual leadership gift that she's very aware of? She said that she's afraid of being criticized and judged, that people will think it's bull. And she used the full phrase, bull blank. I can't say it because I'm on the radio. So it fits in with the croc. People tell her it's a croc. Also, the fact that the croc is a decoy is kind of funny. So it's like this is a trick, fits in with it being a croc. Her uncle says he'll snap your leg right off. And so it's like this is the leg of her journey. She's on vacation and this is the leg of her journey. He says it's deeper than you think, but that's what she needs to do. She needs to go deeper. She says she hesitates and starts debating with herself about why is the uncle there? Why is she hearing the voices tonight? So she knows in the dream she's clairaudient. She's hearing voices. And then why am I afraid of the gift? So she's also aware of it. And I shared what she told me when I asked. And then she tells her uncle to get out of here. So that's really good. She's going to overcome her fear. So it's family influences that cause her to hold back. And the uncle stands for that, family influences. He's not even very present in her life, this particular uncle. So she was really puzzled as to why he would even show up. But she goes to step into the water and then she wakes up. Because that's the whole point of the dream. It's to get into your spiritual side. Now, she did say that the water was muddy and murky earlier. I made sure to ask her what was the water like at this point in the dream where the decoy croc was. And she said it was lovely and clear, but it was deep. And you knew it was deep. So that's really good. Then she wakes up. That's the end of that dream. She wakes up to the sound of a radio skipping frequencies as it's getting tuned in. So that's another symbol. If you look at my book, it's another symbol for clairaudience. And she's got to tune herself, tune into her guides so that she can hear them. And she is quite stunned after the dream that she definitely heard sounds in her ears and names and so on. Thank you for watching this clip from the Dream Interpretation Podcast. If you want to hear the whole show, there's a link directly under this video. Please like and share with your friends, all of your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast at thedreaminterpretationpodcast.com. That's also where you can submit your dream to the show and have yours featured. You can also download my free dictionary that has thousands of symbols that will help you understand the meaning of your dreams. Thanks for listening.